This post-match report is proudly brought to you by Complete Sports Management, more footy, less admin, and Stat Guru, when numbers matter.
G'day, I'm George with Complete Sports Management. I'm here at Victoria Park in our Q, not Collingwood, and I'm here with two of the victorious Q Comets boys, Angus and Nick, after a big 93-43 win over St Mary's Borough. I guess start with you, Angus. How are the emotions after the win?
Yeah, it's pretty good to win after that. It was tight in the first half, but we got the job done in the end.
It was very tight in the first half. Borough actually led by a few points at both the first two breaks, and then you guys blew it out in the third and fourth quarters. What do you think was the difference in the second half, I guess?
Our pressure on the ball, like our tackles were just a lot better, and we just lift the intensity and stuff, which is good.
Kind of got the impression that Borough almost ran out a bit of steam towards the end. Do you think that fitness is something you guys do well or better than other teams in the comp? Nick?
Yeah, I think so, because before training we try and get a good running session in before every session. So I think it just helps like all around our players get better fitness, so we can run out games like that.
Good form. You boys both had big games today, 2 goals apiece. Who else do you think played well for the team? We saw Ned Nichols had a huge tackle in the final term. Matt Odiko had a pretty solid game. Anyone else?
Dylan Zenos, he played real well. Yeah.
Nick?
I thought Dylan Epifano played well, considering he hadn't played for a couple of weeks. We've both been out with injuries, so I think his return game was very good.
Yeah, well said. And what did you think of Borough and how those boys played? Number 6, Tenazio, pretty strong.
Yeah, he dominated the game. He was really good in the forward line. In the mid, sorry. And yeah, we kind of shut him down in the last half though, which is good.
Wonderful. And we'll go final question to you, Nick. You're now 6 wins, 1 loss. Where do you think? Do you think you're in a strong standing where you are now, and how do you reckon you'll go for the rest of the season?
Yeah, I think this game today really helped us get some confidence and consistency, considering we're playing Rovers next week, which will be a tough game.
Q Derby.
Yeah, should be a good game. Yeah,
that will be one to watch, ladies and gentlemen. Rovers maybe lost today. We're not sure, still waiting on that result, but a good game definitely next week. So thanks for joining me, boys. We'll now go to Dom with the coach of St Mary's Borough.
George, I'm now here with the fill-in St Mary's coach for today, Paul Tobin. Paul, I thought the result in the end was disappointing, but I think the first half in particular was spectacular from St Mary's. I thought Julian Tenazio, particularly in that first half, in the end he gathered up 19 disposals and 2 goals, but that first half is the best footy I've seen him play all year. Tim Todd was again amongst it, 28 disposals, and Jared Carter kicked the first 3 goals within 15 minutes. So I thought those 3 played a pretty good game today. What did you think of those games, as well as anyone else that you thought stood out today?
Yeah, I think the first 2 you mentioned, standout performances. Julian, he's in and under the whole game. I couldn't question his ability or attack on the ball at all. He ran out of steam a little bit near the finish, but Tim Todd, he's exactly the same. He's one of our elite runners. Puts in the whole time. Another clean disposal game. With it, Jared got off to a flyer as well. The first 3 goals. I think the first half we ran to position a lot more, which we want to do. We're starting to structure up with it, but it is a running game. They're a good running side, good marking running side, Q, and we did match them early, but as you saw, it ended up taking a toll on a few of our players near the finish. Yeah,
you touched on that before. The first half, you guys took a 4-point lead at half time, but unfortunately ran out of legs and ended up losing by 50 points. Who do you think was what do you think was the main difference between playing so well in the first half to what happened in the second half?
Yeah, I think we lost a little bit of structure where we were kicking to. Early on we structured up, we were kicking, hitting our targets. After that, after half time, we came out, started blazing a bit again. which really gave Q to get behind the ball, take marks and then run off from that. Where we were early on in the game, we were actually structured up, kicking, hitting targets. Where later on in the game, we just started blasting a bit. We ended up losing a few players as well, key players. Yep. So we lost a bit of our structure and just started blasting away. We're not a big side. We're a running side, so losing a couple of big guys as well didn't help. So I think that was a big difference from the first and second half. So, but really proud of the effort that the boys put in.
Yeah. Next week you've got Fitzroy at home, which you versed in round 1 but didn't get the result. What do you think is going to be the build-up and your plan towards next week against the Roys?
I think during the week again we're going to be doing a lot of structural work. We'll see how our boys are pulled up after a few injuries, but a lot of it's going to be about keeping that structure and how we actually structure up and where we kick to. Try and get them from stop blazing away, just down the line all the time. Try and structure up but keep running. So we're a fairly small side, but we're a fit side. But when you lose a couple of big players, it makes a big difference to the way you actually structure up.
Yeah. Well, commiserations on the results today, but as always, Paul, we thank you for your time, and we'll see you next week against Fitzroy.
Okay, thanks, Dom.
No worries. So that's Dom here signing off at Victoria Park and Q. Thanks for joining us. We will see you next week here on Complete Sports Management.
This has been another Complete Sports Management production.